Hey guys, Dr. Steve here again with Medical Alternatives. Wanted to have a real quick conversation. One of my patients asked me this week what my thoughts were on functional medicine and whether or not I felt it was legit, not legit, whether it was effective, ineffective. I kind of want to go over this with you. So first off, if you're not familiar with it, functional medicine is a division within healthcare that really tries to focus on treating dysfunction within the body before it becomes disease, and or treating chronic disease that there isn't a current modern way of approaching it. So first thing I generally will tell people is that there really are a few type of providers that deal with functional medicine. And for most people, the cost to benefit isn't really worth it. And I can say this because I've been involved in functional medicine for right at 20 years. I was first introduced to it while I was in chiropractic school, learning a lot about applied kinesiology and the way that the body utilizes nutrients, vitamins, minerals, proteins to effectively treat and manage healthcare conditions. As I began to study more and more, I was introduced into concepts like adrenal fatigue and subclinical hypothyroidism, leaky gut syndrome. Now, these are all things that were back before people really even knew what they meant or what they were about. From there, we delved into dealing with blood-based work to determine nutritional deficiencies and potential problems. I've done heavy metal testing. I've done urine chelation therapy testing. I've done parasite testing. I've done neurotransmitter testing. I've done hormonal testing. We have, and I have, I say we, meaning myself, my father, some of my colleagues, I have been involved in a lot of the testing and treatment management approaches with a lot of these type of conditions. Within that, I've learned a few things. I've seen over the years as the naturopathic and chiropractic profession really kind of brought this up to a forefront. I then saw the medical doctors, the naturopathic doctors even more so, and then the doctors of osteopathy really grab onto this and begin to move into this direction. And now I'm seeing personal trainers and acupuncturists really beginning to become involved in this as well. And ironically, it seems as though everyone really goes through the same cycle of education and learning, and they learn either about one of those first three things, adrenal fatigue, hypothyroidism, or some form of leaky gut or gut dysbiosis or dysfunction process. And they believe they've found the answer to this, and they start moving down that direction. And it's through years of actual practice that they begin to realize some of the subtleties. They'll see them begin to move into more advanced things like neurotransmitter testing, which actually is kind of a misnomer. It's more byproduct of neurotransmitter testing, not actual neurotransmitters. And here's what I'll start to tell people. First and foremost, if you want to move into the world of functional medicine to try to deal with some of your chronic health issues, expect to spend somewhere between $2,000 to $5,000 on the get-go just to have the testing done, whether it be food sensitivity testing, heavy metal testing, hormone testing, whatever it is. Expect that you're going to be spending about that kind of money. Secondly, expect somewhere between $200 to $400 a month in actual supplementation or nutrition programs, as well as consulting fees. That being said, this is a very expensive process, and I think for most people, the inability to financially sustain that leads to some pretty unimpressive results. In addition, I don't really think most of us need to be spending that much, because if you really look at the basis of functional medicine, most of what we're looking at doing is removing toxins, removing stress loads, removing things that are causing strain and stress on the body so it has the ability to naturally heal itself. This is really important to understand. Medical doctors, holistic doctors, acupuncturists, chiropractors, whatever healthcare professional it is, we never really heal you. And this is something that is really difficult to understand. We merely help remove interference within your body's own ability to heal. Sometimes that means we need to use drugs where we actually can forcefully impede or stimulate a process to help the body begin to naturally heal. Sometimes it means we can use herbs. Sometimes we can use diet or exercise, or we can help you learn to deal with stress points in your life or avoid people. This is where counselors and psychologists can really be a big play, as the emotional impact on there. But really our main goal is to remove whatever's interfering with your body's natural capacity to heal. And if the body has had enough damage or injury that it can't replace itself or repair itself, then we try to step in and provide you with tools to help minimize future damage and degradation. So it's a real winded, long way of saying, what do I think about functional medicine? I think it really has a place in healthcare, but I think it has become almost this Pandora's box, where once you open it, you start moving down a long list of things that don't necessarily need to be treated, but because we're found they are, it can drain your wallet, it can drain your mood, it can drain your emotions really fast. And so I would encourage that if you're considering moving down into therapy within the functional medicine, you talk with me a little bit more about what's going on and what are some first steps you can do to try before going down that road. I generally tell people that within a 90 to 120 day period, with some very simple modifications on your daily routine, you can start to see some really drastic changes in your overall health. If we aren't seeing drastic changes within those 90 to 120 days, that gives us way more insight into what might actually be going on, rather than trying to chase down every symptom you have and every characteristic of a potential problem, whether it be parasites or heavy metals or hormones or whatever it may be. So, in a nutshell, I think functional medicine is really great. I think there are a lot of doctors that really don't know what they're doing, and a lot of them that are doing it merely because it's a very, very profitable avenue if what you're doing is upcharging for products and testing. But it is a good thing, and it does have a good place. But really, let's start with some basic principles in a 3 to 6 month window, 90 to 120 day, a 30 to 90 day process, and let's see how you respond with it. So if you'd like to learn more or get some more feedback, a little bit more explanation, please let me know. If you disagree with me, hey, let me know as well, and give me a chance to respond. So this is a great place for everybody to learn, and I hope that we do. Have a great day, and this is Dr. Steve, Medical Alternatives. Thanks.